As they say in Hogwarts, Wingardium Leviosa did. It's Icarus 480, bro. Welcome to Icarus Storytime. Before I begin here, I want to kind of give you a little introduction, I guess you can call it. I'm not going to be making trip reports for a short period of time. The reason being is because I'm in this weird transitional period in my life where I can't really explore psychedelics. I'm starting this awesome new job. I just moved from Tempe to Phoenix. I now live between Greenway and Thunderbird on 19th Avenue. Hit me up. But yeah, I have a lot to focus on, and I just have to step back from the psychedelic plate here. Now, instead of falling off the face of the earth like I have done with YouTube, I still want to give you guys content. So I'm going to be doing a lot more of the Icarus story times, all right, where I just tell you about random shit. So let's jump in a time machine back to the year 2012 because I'm going to tell you guys about the time I smoked pot for the very first time. Now, before I jump into the story, I'm going to give you a little backstory here. I used to be straight edge, right? And if you don't know what that is, it's a lifestyle that is lived in through the hardcore punk scene. That's how I was raised. I was raised in the hardcore punk scene, listening to like Terror, Agnostic Front, Madball. Sick of it all, stuff like that, right? So I grew up in that culture, and inside that culture, there's there's straight edge, right? Which basically is a lifestyle oath you take to abstain from drinking, smoking, or doing drugs, right? And I had picked that label up when I was about 12 years old, and I was, to the bone straight edge until I was 19. That's actually could be another Icarus story time about how I broke edge and stuff like that, but I will make it one of those. Yeah, so long story short, I had never done drugs. I've never drank before in my life up until I was 19. So I think I had gotten drunk off like 2 shots in a beer, probably like a week prior to where this story takes place, and never smoked pot. So I was at this dude's house. His name was like Gil or something like that. And we were just hanging out, I'd been chilling there for a couple hours, and we're hanging out in his room. He's showing me his guns and shit like that, and he pulls out this giant bag of weed, right? And he opens up this bag, and he's just like, boom, just like Queen Cannabis farted in my fucking face after eating a fucking breakfast burrito or some shit. Like weed I've never smelled before in my life. Now don't get me wrong, I had been around weed before. I mean, I grew up on the res for Christ's sakes, but I never smelled weed that fucking dank, dude. Like, just like a fucking semi-truck of aroma hit me in the damn face. Dude, I'm like, wow. He's like, yeah, that's some Maui Wowie or whatever the fuck it was. And he's like, here, get a good smell of it. Put it in my face, dude. And I like had never smelled anything so like skunky in my life. Like, god damn. So like he's talking to me and he wants to sell it to me. Like, so he's like, yo, I'll give you this whole bag for, I don't remember the price, $150, whatever it was. Probably like an ounce or half ounce, whatever. So I'm like, I would like, that would be cool, dude. I'm like, I don't even have money, first and foremost, but secondly, like, I've never even gotten high. So when I said that, like, his face just expressed this, like, depression and, like, this, like, shock and awe. Basically, like, like, think of a little girl opening her last birthday present and she didn't get that Barbie dream car she wanted. Just that moment of... And then every time, if you smoke weed and someone you're acquainted with tells you they don't smoke weed, you always follow it. Everyone follows it with the same damn question. You don't smoke weed? And I was like, yeah, no, I never have. So I explained to him how, like, I was straight edge before and whatnot. And so he, like, grabs me by the shirt and, like, pulls me outside. He's like, you come with me. So we go outside. He packs this, like, metal pipe that he probably bought at a gas station or something like that. And he's, like, packing the bowl and shit like that. So he's sitting there and he's like, all right, you didn't take the first hit. So I try to hit it. And, like, I've never smoked anything in my life. Like, I've never had to, like, fucking inhale anything on my own. So I do, like, as stupid as this sounds, I didn't know how to smoke weed. I didn't know how to inhale. And, like, so I was, like, putting it in my mouth, like, blowing out. He's like, no. Oh, no, what are you doing, baby? Like, no, you have to inhale. I'm like, dude, I don't know what the fuck that means, bro. Like, you're talking to a completely drug-free adult. And he's like, all right, what you do is you like, whenever I light it, you just pull, right? And I'm going to pull it back, and you just keep breathing in. All right, so I'm like, okay, simple enough. So he lights it, and we do as said. He pulls it back, and, like, I take this giant fucking rip of pot, and I just feel it, like, all in my lungs, bro. And I'm like, hallelujah. And I blow it out, and holy fuck, I just start dying, dude. My lungs are on fire. And then he's like, yeah, that's the good shit. So he's lighting another, like, hitting the bowl, whatever. Passes it back to me. I take another hit. Big ass cloud. Boom. So right after that, he starts talking to me. He's like, THC is the chemical in marijuana that gets you high. It stands for tetrahydrocannabinol. And I'm sitting there trying to talk to him. At that moment, my body just started feeling so tingly and warm. And I started to get like dizzy. It felt like my head was like spinning. But I'm just standing there straight, just like looking at the dude. And like, I just could not fucking grasp anything this dude was saying. He was just sitting there talking to me about whatever, the wonders of marijuana. And fucking, it's just like Charlie Brown in my head. It's like, wah, 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 da, da. And then I just started fucking laughing, dude. I was just like, just started fucking dying laughing. Just out of my fucking mind laughing my ass off. And then he's like, all right, dude, you're high as fuck. Let's go sit down. So we go out back in his backyard, and I sit in his like lawn chair. Dude. I'm just sitting there dying laughing. I don't know where the fuck he went. I'm just looking at the stars like, oh my fucking God. And like, he comes out with a glass of milk. He needs some milk. He comes out with a glass of milk and like hands it to me. I didn't even think about it. He's like, here you go, dude. I'm like, all right, thank you. And I start drinking it. Like, milk's fucking gross. Like, honestly, milk's good with like French toast, cookies, cereal, waffles, cake. Dude, milk by itself is gross. So I finally like grab a hold of the fact that I'm drinking straight milk. I'm like, why am I drinking this? He's like, no, dude. He's like, you're really stoned. Like, you need to chill. Like, you need to drink that milk. And I was like, okay, shit. Like, am I gonna die, bro? Like, oh, fuck. Like, fucking like, yo, pour me another, bro. But, and so we're sitting there, we're chilling, dude, and we're just, like, talking, making jokes, laughing. I don't even remember what the fuck we were talking about. But then his dad comes out, right? Super pissed off. Like, y'all makes too much damn motherfucking noise. He needs to leave. So now I'm couch locked. Like, I don't want to fucking walk home, which is like a mile and a half, maybe. Like, good distance away. I'm weed coma right now. Like, fuck. Now I have to leave, and I have to walk home high as shit. Go home to my fucking mom's house. Like, I thought I was going to be chilling here for, like, another 3-4 hours, right? But, so he's like, all right, I'm going to give you a ride on my four-wheeler, right? I'm like, all right, so, like, that sounds cool. But then I get on the four-wheeler, and all of a sudden, like, the walk home sounded much better. Because that means if I walk home, I might sober up and be able to deal with my mom and my brother and sister at home, right? Keep in mind, they've never seen me high. And, like, I've never been high around my family. And, like, now I'm going to have to face it. So the fucking walk home seems a lot better. I was like, and I'm already on the dirt bike. We're, taking off her four-wheeler or whatever. And we're going through the fucking, like, I wanted to put my arms around him, you know what I mean? But I was like, man, I'm no homo, bro. So I was holding on to the back. Then we start going through the desert, like, I'm like, oh, shit. I don't care how gay I look, bro. I was holding on to this dude for dear life. He's, like, riding around, like, woo! Like, ramping and shit. I'm high as fuck, scared out of my mind. Like, this guy's, like, driving high as fuck, and he was smoking way more marijuana than me. I'm high as fuck. Like, I'm about to die. I'm gonna die. Like, we're gonna flip over. He's gonna break his neck. I'm gonna sever my spine. I'm gonna bleed out. Like, it's it. I'm gonna die a slow, painful death. He's gonna get away with it easily. That didn't happen. He, like, drops me out of my house, like, woo! Stops. All right, bro, see you later. And zoom, like, into the fucking night he goes. So now I'm standing in front of my house. And, like, I thought I'd probably have gotten there in the right period of time where, like, everyone would be asleep. No. All lights are on. Fuck, everyone's awake. Kitchen lights on, living room lights on. I can hear the TV. Everyone's awake. So I had a game plan. I was just gonna open the door, walk straight into the bathroom, put in Visine, spray myself with fucking like cologne, and act like I'm taking a shit, wait for the Visine to, do its magic, and then walk out, just be cool. So I'm like, all right, let's do this. Work up the courage. I went to open the door, locked. Fuck! Now I have to knock on the fucking door, and someone has to answer it. I'm like, it's cool, I'm just gonna slip past them, stick to the plan. Knock on the door, open the door, it's my sister. I'm like, oh, hey, and I try to walk by her, and she's like, I made eye contact, just like a boom, like real quick eye contact, She looked at me, she's like, hey, look at me. I'm like, what? And like, keep in mind, my eyes are redder than Satan's left and right testicle put together. She's like, are you fucking high? And I was like, no. And then got that fucking high-ass smile. And I was like, no. And she was like, you're fucking high. You're fucking high. And I was like, shh. And she saw like, yo, mom. I'm like, fuck. Busted. Icarus is fucking high. And she comes out like, what? Boom. Don, 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 don. Looks at me in the eye. She's like, you're smoking weed now? Like, I'm like, oh, ma, shut up. So I'm like, she's yelling at me, parents, man, they just don't understand. So I just like ignored her. ignored her and grabbed these fucking French toasts from the freezer. You pop in the toaster, they're done in like 2 minutes. Made about 6 of them sons of bitches. Smothered them in butter and fucking syrup. A big glass of milk this time, because it went right. And this is like when the first or second season of Workaholics came out. Had that shit on DVR. Kicked back, full as shit, laughing my ass off at Workaholics, snuggled up in my little blankie, feeling warm and comfortable. And before I fell asleep that moment, I fell madly in love with marijuana. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed. That was my first time smoking marijuana. In the midst of this video, I'll actually talk about the first time getting drunk, maybe breaking edge, and that's a really funny story. Be on the lookout for that. I'll get that out as soon as possible. Be sure to follow me on Instagram. Keep up with my day-to-day life. That is where you guys can really get a hold of me. My most used social media. Actually, today I'm going to go through and answer back all the messages that I have. So fill up my inbox, yo. With that said, I love you guys. I say this a lot. I say this in many live streams. I could say it 100 million, trillion, sextillion times, and it'll never compare to how much you guys mean to me. Thank you guys for being a part of my life. Thank you guys for being a part of my community. We are the New Age Revolution, baby. I'm Icarus 480, yo. Say it with me, baby. Peace, love, and smoke DMT.